we got some updates. I've been very busy with real life stuff. Kiddo here. So I've been very busy with real life stuff. I finally got a job, which I'm super happy for. This next Wednesday I will sign the contract and I start working the week after on the Monday on 2 September. So I'm super excited to keep cracking and start cracking and have an income again, have money flow come in and basically um, start earning money so I can save up for buy a house. uh, what I've been doing lately is just, as I said, work stuff, family stuff, documentation, paperwork, all kinds of stuff that I needed to do. So I didn't spend that much time on the channel because I just didn't have that much time. And the time that I have available, I spend on playing World of Warcraft at the moment again. So I really enjoy playing that, and we'll be playing World of Warcraft Classic very soon.
Or maybe you can play with the people.
Sure. And regarding, I got a lot of questions regarding the lightsaber commissions. They will come. You just have to wait for them to come. I just take my time. I just ordered recently another batch of 30 gates PTFE wires for the batteries and stuff like that for NeoPixel setups. 22 gauge wires. Hey Stitch, how you doing? And don't do it, Jim.
Can I eat
Yes, go eat it. Wash it good. And yeah, so I still need to buy a whole bunch of wires for test building, so cheap wires. So I have to buy those too. For the model kit building, I bought a snipper but never came. So now I have to order a new snipper so I can actually cut the pieces out of the spruces and start doing the model kit building, which I really want to start doing now. And I got most bits and pieces to actually build the lightsabers, minus the heat shrings, the wire cutter, and the cheap wires. Once I have that, I got everything to start going, and I have no excuse to further delay it. Um, it's just money wise, it's quite expensive to get all that stuff imported into the country from America and what else. Please bear with me for that. And the model kit building, I'm super excited to start building those. Again, they will come. So what else? Yeah, a lot of new stuff actually I saw on Facebook, etc. New Vaders Vault Lightsaber. We can take a look at that in a second. And the new The Mandalorian trailer. Yep. Let's see. Vaders Vault. Um, yeah, as I said, I'm gonna be super reluctant on buying lightsabers now and going so deep into it that it costs me a lot of money again. I'm just gonna take a huge step back from purchasing lightsabers myself. Most reviews will come from the lightsaber commissions, as I said. A lot of focus will be on the channel regarding the model kit building because I have well over 50 model kits now ready to build for me. So yeah, I definitely have to spend some time on it. Let me see, where's that new lightsaber from Vaders Vault, the Sovereign. Very nice hilt. So we're gonna cover that as a news bit as well in a moment. And I'm really happy in the state I am now, in the mental state, the family state, the way I spend my time. And sometimes I still look at other YouTube videos from other YouTubers, and I just cannot help to see the trap that I don't want to fall in myself. It's just constantly repeating yourself with basically nonsense content, absolute garbage content. And I don't want to disrespect anybody too much, but if you make 100 different videos about the blade blocks or a review about pommels and the terminology of this or that, it's just bullshit. Come on, guys. It's constantly coming with the same stuff over and over and over just to make that daily video. If you're happy with that, and people, well, apparently people like to watch that, sure, but I mean, it's cheating your own audience at some point. But anyway, that aside, I'm also like, I'm doing this as a hobby, um, and I wanna I want to enjoy making it, and if it's like if I have to repeat daily garbage stuff, I don't like. Plus, I now have so much time to do other stuff. I'm really like, I just don't want to focus on, like, I'm not in my mind. I'm not in that point in life that I'm just focusing on that only thing. Like I have other things in my life now, especially now in Holland. There's much more focus on other stuff. So I can't wait to start riding BMX again. I'm looking for a secondhand street BMX, so I'm gonna ride every day in skate park and street. That's what I like. The paintball will come, just casual. Yeah, with you and yeah, the lightsabers. I just gonna implement them in on the way that I like them the most. This is my way, and yeah, I don't have to make the daily videos about that. It's just nonsense, and it's just not quality anymore. It's just quantity. um but that being said, I mean, for each have their own preferences, so they can all watch what they like, so that's good. That being said, the Mandalorian trailer dropped, so we're gonna look at that. Of course, no sound, because otherwise YouTube will get me trouble. So I'm gonna kick it off here right now, and I was really surprised at how good it looked. The quality of these of the scenes that I'm seeing, it's really high quality. It starts super eerie with the pikes and the buckets. Um, Nice scene here, like it's just movie quality. And this one felt a little bit less than movie quality, but not bad. I definitely saw like a bit lower quality. This guy, I forgot his name. I've seen him before. I don't know anymore. I'm not very good with names. But some of these parts look amazing. Like it truly looks really good. The blur, yeah. The Twi'lek lady looked really weird, like a transstavastate. I don't know how to say that. A tranny. I don't know. It looked weird to face, but I find no issue for me. But it looked weird. Cool. I mean, overall it looks really nice. This is a really cool scene with IG-88. I mean, I guess that's ID-88, or maybe it's another assassin droid with a different name or a designation. But yeah, this is brutal as well. That was pretty insane when I saw. Wow, this is it's almost R-rated. This movie. Um, or a movie's TV show. That's how I already see it. Like I already see it as a movie. Very interested. I'm very excited for it. I think it will be amazing, and yeah, I'm ready for it. The other news was from Vaders Vault. That's the new Sovereign lightsaber. Just want to quickly cover that. I think this is really the way new custom lightsabers have to go going forward. Um, we grew out of phase of just cylindric type of hilts. I mean, there's so much on the market now. The market's completely flooded with plain cylindric hilts, like the cheap YDD sabers, the Saber Fort sabers, the Ultra sabers, the basic cylindrical hilts. And I think that is a time that we don't that we just passed. We need lightsabers that are much more intrigued, a lot more rich in design, and Vaders Vault start to latch on that more than they did before, and I think that's perfect. So this is Sovereign. Not super on the Suba emitter here personally. In my opinion, it's too big. Like it's abstracting from the rest of the hilt. You see how narrow it is here. Um, hey Rebel, I think the actor. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I feel this tuba area, it just takes off a bit of the design. I do understand. You see, it comes back here and here, the discs, but I didn't know what it is. Maybe it's too thick. Maybe it's too big for me. The radius. I just feel it's a bit off-putting. I think yes, it definitely should have the round disc here, maybe concaved in like this, like you have like a concave more like that. I don't know, but I feel maybe it's the flat area, but it's something about this particular bit I'm not super stoked about. But the rest underneath I really like. This part here didn't really have to be there for me. I didn't really per se need windows in there. I do consider getting this lightsaber, but I do consider a lot of lightsabers to get. What I don't like, and that's a personal thing, I don't like this bit here. I don't like it. I never seen that on any lightsabers in the original trilogy or any movie trilogy. I just don't like this. I don't like the display. It's just I just don't like it. If you can hide it, that will be cool. If there's like a magnetic cover that goes on top of it, perfect. Hey, I'm fine with it. But having a display like this, not my thing. Hex screw, not keen on that too. Like a cross screw, I just don't like that. That is something out of a hardware store. I don't like that. That takes away from the lightsaber. That should be a, I don't know, different type of screw in my opinion. So more pictures. Yeah, it looks overall very nice. I like the brass here, which I really dig. I love these kind of elements. Super cool. I love that kind of stuff. That really makes a lightsaber come to life. Looks beautiful. I really think this looks beautiful, and I want to see this on a lot more lightsabers, a lot more intricate designs. And then yeah, it just doesn't look good to me. This bit, I don't know. There's also a bar graph option. Maybe it's in one of the pictures. We have to take a look. This is the back section. Typical Vaders Vault vertical slits here. Pretty interesting. It looks like the Havoc to me. A lot of Havoc here, or actually almost a completely Havoc emitter piece here. I'm not a big fan of it on this design. I would not have mind just having it closed. But hey, I have a different opinion than some of you guys, of course, so I respect that. But yeah, here, this is what I mean. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't belong on a lightsaber. This is cool, 2 tactile switches instead of AV switches. I'm very happy Vaders Vault did not install AV switch on this design, because that would completely ruin design for me. So more pictures. The emitter. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's too flat for me. I don't know. It has the typical Obi-Wan prequel like dimples in there. I still don't really completely feel it. Maybe it should be more like Kanan's lightsaber, a little bit more concaved or something. More, I don't know, maybe less white. I don't know. For me, there's something with that emitter. Maybe if I see it in hand, it's completely different. Yeah, this one, the pommel here. Not super stoked on that either. I'm just gonna be honest. It does look a bit like their Ardent, which I don't like as a pommel. Yeah, I don't know if these are these marks, like milling marks, or are these part of the design. I don't know. These looks like the holes to make recesses or something. I don't know. Maybe I don't see it correctly. The pommel, the pommel bit here, that one looks not too bad. That's not too bad, but it goes very narrow. You see it? It's very narrow here. It's quite wide here, and then goes narrow, and so it's a bit it's a bit different than the rest of the body, which then makes it the same more like the emitter, because the emitter is wider too. Then you have a top and a bottom that really sets the lines of the hilt. Like, oh, go back here. Gosh, what's it doing? God damn it. So here, I can see the point. Like, you have a wider piece here, and then you end it wider too. I would not have minded it all slimmed down, so this pommel slimmer. Yeah, I would have not minded it slimmer. Oh, I also noticed this now. I did not see that before, but the silver plate on top is not going into the slots here. Oh, it does, but there's like a recessed. Oh, it's recessed. Okay. Yeah, I guess you want to have that recessed, otherwise it look like a square block, which is of course essentially this. Yeah. And then you have these parts here. I don't know. I don't feel them either. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It's a beautiful hill design, but I just don't know what this is supposed to be. It's a hill design part, of course, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's powder coat in different colors. It makes it look cool. I have to say, with the slits in there, it does light the color up nicely. But I'm pretty sure your hands will be gripping in here and not so much here, because these rods here, this brass rod might be um, less strong because it's brass. Sorry, this is copper and this is brass, so the copper piece might be not as strong when you hold it on it there than this piece here with the Subat like era. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting design. It's what I like about it overall is more like you just have to accept it as it is. That's the kind of cool thing about this hilt. Just accept it as it is. It's not 100% my cup of tea, but I can see it becoming my favorite lightsaber if I had it. Not because aesthetically all the bits and pieces really appeal to me. It's just the overall product is what it is, and that makes it cool to own. Um, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I see it. The slit, the horizontal lines here. Yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes I feel the people just add stuff to an hilt just for the sake of adding stuff. Like I don't see any of these horizontal slits coming back anywhere else in the same fashion. The grenade section. Um, Personally, I would have loved to see more of this. So you have these two pins. I would love to have seen these pins coming out of the control section, like of course not the same pins, but here, and then slide over the length of the hilt, and then go back inside the hilt. Like they have pockets milled out in the hilt surface here, and then on top of them with super glue or something like in that fashion, they have these two pipes lying, and then they go into the hilt by like a little drilled hole here or something. That would be nicer to me, because then you have like the whole team. I do understand this. This is more like the Old Republic, right? In the game, you see that more often. But I just feel like the whole middle section, I don't know. Like from this part here down, I feel it's yeah, that's a new Vaders Vault lightsaber. It's just I don't know. Now look, this looks cool on the side here. That looks kind of cool. This looks really Luke Skywalker esque, or Obi-Wan. More look like Skywalker V2 esque. Um, yeah, I do like the rods going from the tin neck into this nice round piece here. That's kind of cool. Uh, I wish there was more of it. Maybe the chassis, when you open the chassis, you have all kinds of wires and stuff like that. Um, Looking again to at the pommel one more time. Yeah, the pommel is not really by design. It's also a bit too prolonged by this piece here, which is probably for a D-ring or something. Yeah. I wish there had a little bit more of the team. Maybe one more copper rod here or something. Like I wish the copper rods come back a bit more. It looks really nice. I don't want to complain too much. It looks like a hilt that I could own, but I just not fan of this whole switch plate. And unfortunately, if you get it without this whole OLED or LED setup, you get just a plain brass switch plate on top of it. Like there's a hole in the hilt because these hilts are pre-made by their CNC partner, and they just cover up that hole with a plate. And I don't like that idea to have a lightsaber with a big hole in it. The mental idea. I wish instead, if they could, just not drill the hole for the basic model that does not come with the OLED. And if you want to have the OLED, then you have a smaller batch with the holes drilled out from the side. I much rather have that done by Vaders Vault than having a switchblade on the side with the knowledge that there's actually a big hole underneath that's supposed to carry a LED unit. But if you choose not to get that, then you just have to live with the fact that you have like a switchblade on there. The control section looks cool. I just think maybe personally I would have like some serration or maybe one of their typical Vader's Vault elements on there, milled in there, like something, like have something in that switch plate milled, like a small pattern or a small thingy, like a small something small, like here and a horizontal recess stripe or something, or some, I don't know, some dots or something. The typical what Vader's Vault normally does. The price of the Sovereign isn't horrible either. 450 euros. I don't know what's that in US dollar. Probably 500 US dollar. You can get the all RGB for the same price. Bar graph, so none is the blank cover plate. Blank cover plate, blank. So that's just a silver one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's 8 segmented bar graph, multicolor. Bar graph, 8 segmented bar. Let me see what's that. 8 segmented bar graph. What is that? 8 segmented bar graph. Let's. Oh, these ones. Oh, I like those. I like these. These ones are dope. These were dope. And if you can remove them, if Vader's Vault make them with the pin so you can take them out, that would be dope. This one I can see on a lightsaber, because it has a bit of the original trilogy in there. If you look like R2 and some of the droids, they have like these flashy colors on there, single colors. Then I can understand you have something. Yeah, battery indicator. You can program for different stuff. Yeah, I can see this more, and it sticks out a bit as well. So it sticks out from the hilt, compared to this. Yeah, it I probably sticks out a good half inch, like a big square block on there. That's kind of cool with the lights. I can see that. I can see that more than this one. I don't like this whole OLED thing. Not big fan of it. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think that can work. That can work. Um, this will definitely be a lightsaber that I want to get. Like this would be definitely one of those Vader's Vault lightsabers that I want to get. Simply because it looks nice. It looks really really nice. It looks like a good quality hilt, and it will probably be one of those hilts again. You have it for a month on the. They have it for a day on their website, and then it's sold out for months and months and months and months, and then they have a small run. Um, that is, of course, they do that to get the demand, etc. I just hope they make this a permanent oh, there's also the elite version. We can also look at that. I just wish they make that a permanent. I don't know if they're gonna make it a permanent product, but I do hope so, because I don't want to be like always having to worry and purchase and having like 500 US dollar straight away ready. Um, oh yeah, I just I don't know. But it's just how they operate, and they create that sparsity and exclusivity. Um, I personally I kind of find it annoying, because whenever I want to have a Vader's Vault lightsaber I like, it's gonna be damn hard to get one in a certain time frame. The elite version looks really nice, high polish. I'm not a big fan of high polished lightsaber, but this color configuration, you see the individual parts come out really nicely, and then I have to say that looks pretty darn good. Um, the brass, unfortunately, is a bit it's in blending a bit too much into the copper, the powder coating. So if they could make like two copper pieces, like instead of two a brass and a copper, like that, I would like that more. If this was maybe it's optional by Vader's Vault, I don't know. But if this piece was also copper, that would be dope as hell. But do know copper will tarnish over time, so you have to maintain that nice look. Um, yeah, looking at that emitter, I'm still not a huge fan of this part. It feels too wide. But it's definitely in the line of SWOTOR. If you play the game or seen some of the lightsabers in game, you can see how big those emitters are. in certain hilt designs. So it's a bit cartoonesque, and from that sense, I can definitely see it. It's cool. It's just you have to take it as a design as a whole. But it bothers me as an individual part. If I look at this section here, it does bother me. But if I look at it as a hilt in its own, the complete hilt, then it's kind of nice because it makes this part so big that it makes this very small and tiny, and then it looks really cool and tacky. Like I cannot explain that probably properly. Do they have another version of this one? Let me see, like a blacked out version or something. That would be cool too. I think maybe all black, like piano black or matte black. And then have to use the brass and the copper element come out really nicely, because that's what you want. You want to have that on the foreground, at least for me. Okay, they have they have two versions, the Elite and the Sovereign. I would personally gravitate to just getting the standard version, and yeah, probably powder coat it or do stuff with it. Yeah, I think I would like the plain version more. Um, and use that. I might actually get one. I don't know what. I might actually want to get one of these because it really adds some additional element to a standard cylindric hilt by having these copper sections, right? So getting back to the original point, I do feel like the new lightsabers coming to the market that are custom lightsabers that are not movie props, they have to be a minimum of this quality, like in terms of the design. There must be more to them than just the cylindric hilts. We have tons and tons of them. Now, of course, this is still a basic cylindric hilt. Like if you look beyond this really cool element here, all of it, that's just fairly standard stuff, like cylindric stuff. I like that they go for the tactile switch setup, which is already a bonus, an improvement over AV switches. So stepping away from that is a big point, and having more design elements on the hilt, that's important too. Actually, I have to say, from I maybe I'm a bit complaining from this angle, it looks a bit awkward, the two things here, like they feel a bit out of harmony, like it's literally next to each other. um but if you look at from here, it looks pretty cool. I think what I like the most is this piece here, that is the bent piece. I wish this one was also bent, or have this one piece brass and this one is a red wire or something. um Having only two pieces here, is that enough? Thinking myself, I would have liked if there were more, like there was at least one or two more, and maybe some like the milling parts like this. Yeah, that probably makes it the material too thin. Yeah, that's probably the reason they can't do it, because it's also dual graded, for dualing graded. But yeah, I would have liked to see more of this, like, yeah, more, maybe an actual wires, like just wires, like a blue wire, a red wire, or something like that. Or some more, the more, yeah. I definitely require some more. Maybe like it could be on one end, like here, and more busy, like a few more pieces and bits. That would be nice. Um, yeah, I feel, yes, definitely. I feel it needs more. It needs more, in my opinion. Um, I think they can do that on request, that you can ask more for these things to come in there. But looking at it, yeah, I could definitely see more, and different ways. It doesn't have to be like this all the way. Maybe just a bit here, and maybe one piece here, and maybe one piece that only sticks out halfway. Of course, they won't be dual awarded then anymore, because you will bend those pins if you do so. But yeah, I see a lot of potential there. Really neat. Overall, really neat lightsaber. Yeah, not bad at all. And I hope more of these lightsabers come to the market. I really don't want to see too much of these standard cylindrical hilts anymore. They're just boring. They're just so goddamn boring by now. I mean, yeah, I there's so much on the market already. Uh, this is what we want to see more, much more SWOTOR the All Republic lightsabers. There must be a massive influx of those kind of lightsabers to the market, because it hasn't been done too much on the production scale. It's just lacking severely there, and those are really awesome lightsabers. Let me find some SWOTOR lightsaber designs to give you guys a little bit of an idea if you've never seen the lightsabers in this game. Um, geez, yeah, some of them I covered already, but this one is absolutely gorgeous. It's not made. Oh, this is, yeah, it's probably from SWOTOR or somebody did that afterwards. But SWOTOR is such an inspiration platform for lightsaber designs. They have so many gorgeous lightsaber designs, absolutely beautiful lightsaber designs. And let's see where we can find some. Yeah, these ones are very known. Lightsaber. It's the in-game lightsabers. Those are the ones we need to look at. Like this one, with the, you see you have a bar graph on the side. Um, yeah, these kind of lightsabers, this kind of stuff here with connector piece, like absolutely not usable for actual, dueling and whatnot. But uh, that's not the point. It's just really nice collectible lightsabers. That's what we want to see. Um, how can I do this? I like this. These are a lot of cool designs here. Um, like the knurling is easy to reproduce. Like this one is a nice relic out lightsaber. Pretty standard still, but I mean, there's plenty of stuff. Like that's why I gravitated to the Shoto. But then after a while, I realized, well, the AV switch is kind of boring. The rest is very mundane, cylindric. There's nothing much to it. I like big buttons. I like this kind of weird stuff on them. That's how I like these lightsabers. I want them to look completely not usable in a human real world, but in a Star Wars fantasy world, it's absolutely making perfectly sense, and it's normal. And that's what I like most about these lightsabers, if they hit that fantasy spot. uh, that fantasy weirdness, that is, yeah, what I like to see in my lightsaber. um, that's why I think I like Kylo Ren's lightsaber as well. It's just that it's just a funky design. It's oversized, it's bulky, it's heavy, it's weird, and it just yeah, I like it. I like it. So yeah, cool. Yeah, I don't have 450 euros laying around at the moment, so we're gonna save for it. And then yeah, who knows? It might end up in my hands. Um, we have to think about it. I do have to say I'm really into the Kylo Ren lightsaber now, because even though it's also cylindric, it has the side blades. It's big, heavy. It has damage. It has tons of little details everywhere. It has wires exposed. It has some cool stuff. Like, it has some cool stuff on it, and yeah, I think for now that is really a cool design for me to explore further. And I'll wait for Cole to come with his KR Sabers version, and then snatch up at least one of those. And yeah, having it built myself, that is also a big plus. Um, but nonetheless, the one for Vaders Vault is really dope, and I hope they will make more designs like that. That it makes no sense from a real life perspective, but from a Star Wars perspective, it's just absolutely what it's supposed to be. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the live stream in a second. I'm gonna ride the bike with my son. He's learning how to ride a bike, and I have to go to the post office actually to pick up my 22 gates PTFE wiring, so I can start building those parts. But yeah, I still need a bit more wires and a few little pieces. Like, I'm so close to be actually getting to starting. it's just financially, it's just so much money every time, like the import fees and whatnot. uh, it's a massive impact. So yeah, the Sovereign, really cool lightsaber. um, I'm very I also have to say I'm very sensitive to get the latest shinies. Like if there's something new, I always need to get it. Like I'm very sensitive getting to in shinies. But if I reflect it, take some time, I might just be more reluctant. And that's also a good thing for me because I really need to buy a house. I almost have got a own house. It's going to be really fun time for my family as well. So yeah, family time, family goes first, right? But I will be spending more time in the workspace slash studio the coming few weeks with the model kits. Just need to get the snipper and get a few more wires, and then we're gonna start building the lightsabers. I'm super excited for it. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. Go ride the bike. Take care.